Okay, good morning, everybody. This is Momin at Momin's Art, and welcome back to the classes or channel. Today is I will be rendering and do a demo of the Cityscape, which is the number 7 of the session. It's a spring session about the watercolor classes, and I choose 3 subject matter: cityscape, landscape, and a seascape. So today is the term of a cityscape. I sketched it. It's a picture of the Rome. I was there in a watercolor convention a long time ago, and International Watercolor Society, or something, IWS, I believe. I I was there twice. So this is the picture I took it. Let me put the picture on the screen. I simplified this picture. So this is the picture basically. Let me just make it fit to the screen, and let's get it bigger, fit to the screen, and there you go. So this is the picture. I took it, and it's a very flat, there's no light coming, a very overcast sky, and you can see that you don't see a lot of light in that picture. So today I would say, if you're an absolute beginner or you're a beginner, just watch this video and learn from it. If you interest, sorry about that. If you're interested in rendering or working on the cityscape, so cityscape requires a lot of your attention about the drawing and sketching. Not alone drawing and sketching. There's some more you need to draw and sketch with the pencil and with the brush also. So mostly it's kind of a combination of this wet into wet, then you work onto dry into wet, I mean wet on dry. So when you finishing your painting after rendering in a wet into wet, then you need to get some time to your painting to dry, so you can do the doodling. These people are walking, the buses, this motorcycle, there's a horses on the carriage, and horses on the top of that buildings on the background. So very iconic building in Rome, and these trees also. And yeah, so I simplified the actually painting. I don't want to put all these people in my painting. I don't want to copy exactly what it looked like. The bus is coming right in the middle. I just removed the bus. Not really, but I put it. I'll see how it goes, right? If the painting I can finish quickly, so I will put some more stuff. Otherwise, I'm going to take out some stuff out of my painting, even though from a sketch. So let's get this. Today painting is a little bit required more time, so I will gonna start quickly. And paper I'm using is Arches 100, and let me get this off from the screen first. I think you guys won't see because this is the overlay on my camera, so let's get this off from here. There you go. So this is the paper I'm using today. All right. I usually I don't use Arches. My favorite paper, or my I custom wood paper, is a Fabriano. 100. I use 120 pound, 90 pound for my small painting. For bigger paintings, I use 200 pound. Sometimes if I'm using a big like painting and it's very busy and there's a lot of, then I choose 300 pound with 22 by 30 inch sheet, full sheet. So that's what how I work, right? And so today I just for the class I introduced that paper, and I'm gonna use some other papers also, and I will do a little critique, like how the paper reacts. So, but for in my opinion, you should stick with one paper. Either you start with Arches and you want to build your, basically you want to custom with the paper. Every paper has a different reaction to the watercolor, so drying time, that mixing colors on the paper. So you need to be a little bit careful when you choose your supplies. You make sure colors, you can vary the colors, you can go back and forth, brushes you can you can use some, but some brushes you get used to it. Like I have this I don't have it today, the dagger brush. I'm gonna go get it, actually not on my desk right now. So this is how you work. You need to pick up a decent paper, and you are stick with that paper, like for, and then you will know how the paper works, right? Let's get this out of here. Okay, so this is the painting I sketched in earlier before the class start. Otherwise, it's gonna take some time for me. It took me like uh, maybe I would say half hour to have for, I would say 20 minutes, because I don't sketch exactly what it looked like. I just need a basic structure of my painting. I push the lamppost here. I need to keep these lampposts because this is a very good for the cityscape, and it looks very good too. So I keep this, and the building, of course, these buildings are very iconic to the Rome. So I'm gonna keep those, and I these buildings I'm not worried about too much. I just put wiggly here, the arches, and that the some buildings here. So I'm not worried about this building. I kept it because it give me a little bit atmospheric perspective. Some trees here. There's a one tree here. There's a tree here. I put it. There's some buildings on the side. I will paint not too much, and I put a figure here walking. One step is up, one step is all the way to the ground, so it shows that he's walking. And I am considering I will be keep the light from here, so I can produce some more contrast in my painting, not just flat painting. Okay, so let's start the painting, and I will use this Fumui brush. Today is a synthetic brush, and I'm gonna grab some more very small brushes. This is another synthetic brush, number 0 round brush. I'm gonna use some doodling, and I will grab my other dagger brush also. And this is a Rosemary and Co. I don't know what's the number, is gone, but it's a sable blend. I'm gonna use this also. So let's keep these supplies. I would keep it here. And I might use a mob brush also. Mob brush, maybe the Rosemary and Co. number 10 round brush for the sky or something. So let's start the painting. I will go first. I in this painting, because it's paint. This painting is more cutting, like keeping the white of the paper. So I will be a little bit careful. You can do reverse. You can go put some like water here, or you can grab some colors from the palette, and you can just use these color right on the building, one even wash. Like, let me show you quickly. And you can put these color like this, right? You can just put very light colors like this, because these buildings are mostly like they're brown. So you can change the consistency of the color. You can bring some orange color, you can get some brown color, they just keep it changing. And I will put some get some lilac, change the consistency of this boring orange color, dark orange color. Put some gray color also on your painting, like that. See that painting, the buildings on the background. Let me put this reference photo also. I forgot to put this. I'm gonna put it on the side so you guys can see what we are talking about. I don't want to let the paper dry also, right? So then it will be a problem for me. Okay, let's actually a little bit challenge today. There you go. Okay, here. So a little bit lilac, for the paint, the building in the background, you can go use some cadmium yellow with lilac and get the color of these building. Very, not too much, right? Just a very light color in this building because these are very light. So I will put a very light, just a small uh, pigment in it, and I will keep this front as a white, right? Like I'll keep this because the building is turning here, so I will put some here and leave this white also, right? So you can control the light because I'm assuming the light is coming from here. So let's put some more. See, the color is already drying here on the paper. You have to be a little bit careful when you're working on this type of small busy painting. So you just want to make sure that you don't want to work on one place and you jump to the other place, and then once the paper dry, then it'll create problem for you, which is already, you can see that it's kind of drying and creating problem for me. So at this side, now let's start reverse. I'm not going to do the sky. I will start from the bottom. I mean the most of the painting is in the bottom, so I will just work on this, and then I'll go into the sky because we're not here for the sky. So this painting is mostly about these buildings and the scene of the city, right? So here I'm missing lilac. I have a lilac color, beautiful lilac color with the cadmium orange. Tone it down a little bit because I don't need very orange color. So you, that's how you tone it down. And I have some gray color before, so I will keep that color into the in my palette. I mean in my washes also. Here, let's clean it up. Let's get some French ultramarine as I use all the time. And I will put some French ultramarine very vaguely. Get some towel. Make sure that you have clean it up your brush as you need it. And let's get this lamppost. I'm gonna wreck with the white color. That's not a problem. You don't need to struggle for keeping certain part of the painting that you can just use it later on. Now I am working mostly not wet into wet. It's just a dry, wet and dry, so I can keep some part of the painting because I don't want to go and just delete all these small stuff. Like see the awning here, and there's an awning here. There's a canopy here. The hawkers are on the street, so I want to keep this. And there's two figures here, and there's a figure here. So these figures I want to keep it, right? And the sidewalk. Let's erect the sidewalk. This let's clean more the and there's a on the center of this intersection there's a what do you call there's some monument in there, so I will keep that also. It's very good for atmospheric perspective. Yeah, let's get this done quickly so we can finish this painting on time. I'm putting a very light color, right? Light color to just to get some feel of my painting here on the street. I can go get some lilac color again, mix with my cadmium orange, and I have some lamp black here. So I will put some on the street where the see the light is coming from here. So I'm using some dark color here and just a light color on the other side. Let's get some orange color, render these buildings quickly so I can get away from here. I don't want to stay too long because these buildings are not very important. It's just there in a cityscape, so we just keep it, you know. Here, let's put some dark value here, a little bit dark value here, there. This building coming here, so I will keep this. And these figures, I want to keep this figure here, so I can use this later. So what else in the painting here? Some stuff here. Let's put it. Let's get some beautiful French. I'm using the Winsor Newton French ultramarine because my Daniel Smith ultramarine is not there. So I'm using the Daniel Smith. Sorry, Winsor Newton French ultramarine today. I squeeze a little bit on my palette. So see that most of the I will pick up some color here because it's going into the this is a very this is you need to be careful here because this is what I'm focusing on, right? These are the buildings here. So you need to be a little bit careful. You don't want to go and ruin your painting here. This part is very important. And the background, now I'm going to keep actually, let's get the color. Let's get some, put some beautiful French ultramarine here. The tree I can erect later, it's not a problem. Trees and all that you can erect later. Let's get some cadmium orange. Let's get some Naples yellow. I want to change the consistency. It's the same color over and over. And there's a building in the background. It's had a little bit orange color. Where is the reference? Yeah, here. And I'll keep this monument, keep the bus. I'll keep the bus actually. I'll keep it. Let's keep it in my painting, no problem. And these are red building on the side, and the monument I will keep it on the background. Sorry, that's on the background. These orange buildings, and here that monument I didn't paint it. I kept it a little bit kind of muted color, muted like a orange color here. I will put some here on this building, and here a little bit here there. Not too much. You don't want to put too much, right? Otherwise hard to control some colors. Let's put some gray color on the bottom, a little bit dark. So the French. So let me mix colors here. Sorry about that. I just mixing the colors over there. You can see it. Okay, so I will get some more dark gray color, bluish gray color, mix extra gray color. So now we're gonna use this gray color in our painting, right? Most of it. So it's still wet. What I will do, I'm gonna go grab some more orange color because a little bit lilac, muted type of gray color. And I will start putting in this building in the background, a little bit here, there, so we have some feel of this paint, this atmospheric perspective in the back. You know what? I will just get the other brush actually. This brush is doesn't have too much point, so it's only uh, for mop brush is good actually. It's and this brush made by Foamy is has a beautiful, as you can see, nice edge, and this one has it too, but it's kind of more round brush, right? And very good brush, but it's good for the big mop, right? And it retains a lot of water too. So here let's keep this brush on the side for the time being, and I will go and mix more gray color because I need a lot of gray color. Now it's time for me to do a little bit doodling start, and I will do some structure here. There's the buildings here. Let's put some dark value, just although it's not there in the painting, right? I will put it, and I will erect these three doors also on the side. Just put it quickly, wet into wet. Some here, a little bit stuff here. Now it's a time for you to do the doodling. Dark value. Let's get some more French ultramarine. Put some nice gray color we need because this part of the painting is covered by the it's a light coming, so this needs to be more darker and it creates some contrast in your painting also. Let's put some windows here, vaguely wet into wet, maybe small windows here. I love this white just purposely. If I can, if I have a chance, I can use it for something else, but not right away, right? All right, let's get some more. Lots of gray color. I mix it because I need this gray color all the way at the end of the painting. And in time to time, I'll put some cadmium orange and get some gray color like this. So here, let's get the beautiful point of this brush. Wet into wet, working in a wet into wet. Create that tree a little bit. This building here, there's a monument here, I remember. So let's erect this monument with the little bit gray color and create the light on the other side. Let's put some windows. There's some buildings here. I would just use some cadmium yellow also, but not right away. I would just wait. Some antennas on the background building, some windows. Let me get the reference photo on my screen so I can see what's going on, and let me check the health of the stream also, and then I'll be start painting again. Okay, here. Okay, it's going perfect. All right, so stream is good, and I will start again. Let me put this picture on my screen because I have to check, see, I can see small stuff. When you have this reference photo like that, you need to go a little bit, like put on a screen or somewhere that you can zoom in, get a smaller details, that if you are confused and you cannot see it properly, then you can just go zoom it in and get the detail out of it. So like, see this tree here, now I can see better because I just put in a zoom. But don't go caught up in a too much detail, because if you are do a lot of details, then it will be, you gonna get stuck, right? You're gonna get stuck, and you don't want to do that. You will be caught up in a smaller detail, right? See this building here, and it's kind of a little bit not tall enough along with this building, so I put it purposely so I get some contrast here on this building, right? Because this is the main building we are dealing here. And let's get some dark color put here. I think there is a bus coming here also. Let's put some green color because these trees, I have the sap green in my palette, so I use this straight and mix it up with it, tone it down, just put a little bit more French ultramarine and get a very dark type of green color. Although it's too early to work like this, but I want to put it a little bit as it creates some more interest my painting. And here this tree, I will put it quickly. That's a little bit a tree type of shape, right? This brush is good. Actually, this brush, I like this brush because this is give you a nice. You can work with the like a mob brush, and then you can work as a very small fine brush. Now I want to give you a tip a little bit. See, I have a sap green. I mix it up with the gray color. So you don't want to waste this color, right? If you put a little bit cadmium red in it, it give you a nice, like a dirty type of brown color, and then you can put a little bit French ultramarine and it beautiful dark, like a dark kind of a dirty type of green color. So here, let me put it here. Actually, let's put it here so you guys can see it. So this is the color I just mixed, the green color, right, and some French ultramarine, and I put a little bit cadmium red in it, and it give you dirty type of like a gray color, right, a greenish gray color. Let's put some more sap green in it. There you go. So if you need that type of color, like a dirty brown color, you can mix, because the green color you can mix by yourself. Some people buy these tubes, and the tubes are sitting, like they have no use. So I would just use it like that. The green color that's used for mixing colors, right? Mixing your gray color. Okay, let's put some more windows here since I have a gray color in my. All right. Let's move on. Actually, let's come to this part of the painting. We don't want to leave this painting here. And let's finish at the background. Let me go grab some dark orange color. Let's do some doodling in the background and create some atmospheric perspective. Let's create a little bit of structure here on this background of the painting. A little bit, not too much. Like I said, don't caught up in the details. Otherwise, this type of painting will take so much of your time, so you don't want to get involved with too much, right? Here, let's get some dark color here. I think that's it. I don't want to do too much. Uh, French ultramarine, get a beautiful gray color, because we need the gray color. We need this gray color in our painting all the way at the end. Let me go zoom in, see what's in here. Okay, there's some lamppost here on this side of the painting. So I will put a lamppost here quickly with this same brush. And there's a kind of a muted type of building there with, I would just use a lilac and the cadmium orange, tone it down. Let's get some water. We don't want to get too much color in our painting, so I will just put this here. Quickly, and here are some windows. If you need a very light color, you just put a very light color and then you get over with that. Because, I mean, mix more water in it and then just move on. Because if you stay here and you try to cover all these detail, then it will be a challenge for you. Here, let's go some houses here. Let's get some cadmium yellow. I want to get a nice beautiful cadmium bright orange color, so I can go and create these houses just to bring some more energy into my painting. And a little bit water, get the light color here. Let's get some light color. Picked it up. If you think you put too much, you can always go and pick it up some color. I use some sepia time to time if I need a very dark gray color, so I mix it up just on the other side of the palette. Very dark, very dense type of gray color, so I can put time to time, right? Like this, I want to create a dark spot here on this middle of this painting, so I just put a little bit here. Let's mix here. Okay, so let's do the bus quickly, because we don't have time, right? I have to come down to this part of the painting. Very light color with the bus. I would just use a little bit Prussian blue and do the change some color, right? Because it's just we're working in a gray color, so let's use some Prussian blue. Beautiful Prussian blue color. Mix it up with the little bit cadmium red. Get a nice gray color, so we can have this erect this bus quickly, and the cast shadow underneath the tires. Every time you get this type of uh, object in your painting, make sure that it gets some shadow underneath. Otherwise, there'll be a problem. Like it will show like it's in the air. Is not you want to make sure that they join to the ground, right? Okay, let's do some light. I think that's enough, so I don't want to go too much into detail. Let's come here. I think this painting here is mostly is done on this side. I don't want to spend too much time here because otherwise I'll be staying here and the time will finish. Let's see what time it is. Okay, so we have half hour left, and imagine that I think like 40% of the painting is already done, but it's still a lot to go. Okay, so here I'm done with this, right? So I will go put some dark value here. Start. Let's work on this side of the painting now. Let's get this done quickly. Very light color. You don't want to work with the very dark color because this will not gonna look very good. So here's some cadmium orange, a little bit muted cadmium orange, and let's put this side of the painting on my paper here. Let's go from the top actually. Let's work on this side of the painting and then I'll move on to here. Let's go. Let's do this side. I hope you guys see it, right? I just let me know if there's a problem. These roofs of these buildings, I'm putting a little bit cadmium orange, cadmium yellow. Make sure they're toned down. The side of the buildings are more darker, so I can put some dark value here. A little bit edge of this roof. There's a nice window there. A fence. I put this fence actually wasn't in a painting, right? So I put it. This fence here. Actually, when I went there, it was a construction going on, so they block the most of these old heritage buildings. So, but I can see some. Okay, so this is more like a intermediate and advanced user. If somebody is there, uh, a very beginner, don't be overwhelmed. This is a nice painting to learn also what to do in watercolor. A lot of people they are confused what need to be done in a watercolor. So please just go and watch if you are kind of a beginner or you just started. Okay, let's erect these fences and I'm gonna work on this tree quickly because we are running out of the time. Let's get muted gray so I can go and cover this part of the painting. Let's get some dry brush marks so I can just make it dark. And let's get some a little bit light color towards the light color here. Get this building glowing because I want to keep some light exposed to these buildings so I can have some kind of a like so show that these buildings are there, right? A little bit again dark. So I would put a little bit dark color here on this building so I can cover this will show more, right? Although you can go get some orange color, cadmium orange, and you can put a little bit wash here like this on the edge and create that beautiful building here on side, right? And the window here. Right, let's erect a gate or something, and I will put a little bit more dark value here at the inside of this building because there's a less light is going. Okay, and let's go erect some dark value here at the this side of the building so we can see this building clearly. Let's keep the lamppost since I have the white color here, so I will just go put some dark color because there's some trees here on this side of the building. And now this building is more like, grayish color, so I would be you have to be very careful. You don't want to go put a red color here on this building, so you just be a little bit careful. And these windows, let's put some windows here, although they're not there in a painting, but I will put it here. Okay. And now let's get up here on this side of the building, I mean the painting. Let's erase this vaguely so I can go move on. Let's get some more French ultramarine, fresh ultramarine. I squeezed it this morning. And let's get this lamppost done. Okay, more dark color at the edge. It will create a more contrast to the building, right? That's how you work with the watercolor. Right, done. I am gonna come here. Let's see what's going on this side of the painting. There's some kind of a cone here, something here. I don't want to paint everything, but just keep it. This canopy, the hawkers are here, so I will keep that a bit more. You can put a little bit green color here if you want. It's up to you. You can put these trees here like this, and some lemon yellow. I would use lemon yellow to create more energy to your painting. From sepia, erect this tree like that. All right. Okay, so far so good, not bad. And I will cast the shadow of the bus because we are assuming the light is coming from this side, right? So the half of the bus I will keep it a little bit more, and then I will cast some shadow along as I go with the painting, right? Just cast some shadow here, there. Keep it painting more contrast in it, a little bit grayish color, right? Energy marks here, there, and here. So I will keep this building. Most of it is good, and I will put a little bit more jewelry work here. Get some French ultramarine, get some more gray color. Let's put something here. Like this looks very empty to me, so I'll make it a little bit dark. Keep the figure. You don't wanna delete those figures, right? Put some cadmium orange. If you don't understand what's in there, you just put a little bit cadmium orange, some white color, like leave the streaks. The idea is to capture the what is this painting is offer, right? Like if you start copying everything out of the reference, then it will create a little bit challenge for you. So let's put some windows here, make it more dark here. Still working on wet into wet because I'm not working on dry wet, but mostly so far the painting is done in wet into wet. That's how I'm working. Let's see the dome here. There's a window here. Yeah, there's a window here on this dome. A little bit dark window. Here, let's put it. Because this is very important part of the painting. You don't want to go put too much dark here because these are light buildings, right? Let's get this painting dry from here. You know what? Just let's work somewhere else. That's how you work when you're working on a one go. You need to go and work here and there. Let's get the painting done. So now I will go working. Let's work on these horses and carriages on the top of this the mountain. I said it's on these buildings. So let's put these first, right? Very not a very dark color because if you put too dark color, then it will be very dark, right? So I will put a little bit more tone it down type of gray color, and let's enjoy the painting now for for a while because I was working really fast here and there. So I want to enjoy here because this is the very interesting part of the painting. There's some angel basically riding this carriage here. I will go horses, my favorite subject. So let's put these horses here. You don't need to draw exactly what it looks like. Just get an idea. There's a horse there, right? Actually, I'll show you. I'll zoom in and I will put down on the screen bigger so everyone can see it. There's the hand. I think something is carrying here. So here we go. So one is done. Thank God. It's a very critical part of the painting. And meantime, I will clean my brush. I just let it dry, and I will create that, these steps or something in this building. So I will put a little bit steps here. There's some marks here. I think there's some windows here on the. So let's create these energy marks, right? So it create more, it beautify your painting. So and there's some steps here also on this building. And move to the other side of the carriage, and there's another lady here. I think angel here with the riding the carriage. Let's do it vaguely. I don't want to go very. The horses are face down, and she is there. A little bit doodling here. Actually, this painting mostly is the doodling. So okay, done. I don't want to go do too much. Let's get the very light color, and I will create those steps in this building. And let's bring some in the front also because they are going all the way here. And let's do the windows here again. Not too dark, not too light, right? You just want to go. You have to be very careful with this doodling here. These windows here. A little bit dark color. I will put some here at the edge of this trim. And now it's time for to do some more work here. There's the pillars here, right? So I will just go get a very pale type of brown color, and I will just watch to see how they are. The dark color in there. And this is another one. Actually, this is a. You need to be a little bit careful here because let's put these pillars, and I would put a little bit line here dark on the top so it create the illusion of the depth. It's and let's put these here on the side. Keep these pillars open. Third one here. There you go. That's not bad. Here, let's put these three and some structure in the on the bottom here. Let's say let's put a line here, some structure here. Let's put some windows here. Put dark value here behind the building, like in the background. As I say earlier, there's some buildings on the background. Let's put this dark value here. So this will help basically when you put a dark value beside the white, you don't need to draw a line or something. The white will create on its own, right? It create the edge of this building, right? So you don't need to explain so much. You just create with the dark value or any little bit dark value, and it will come up automatically. See, if I put a dark value up to here, although this building is not too high, but I would put it, like just to help this building so it look create without putting a line here. Okay, so here done. And let's do the monument a little bit cast shadow. I think there's some person here sitting on this monument. Let's get some dark value on the other side. So we are assuming the light is coming from here, right? So all that white statues or buildings or something, you make sure that you cast some shadow here like that. So you keep the light on this side. So here, let's put some, there is some structure here. I will just go put it and vaguely. I don't need to do very fine work. And okay, how much time we have? Oh, we have 15 minutes left. So I guess I have to do a little bit more quick. And this car, I would just leave it. Like to be honest with you, we don't have time. I would just leave it. Leave something that we cannot render. So see that most of the painting is done. That's how you control the light and all this stuff on your painting. And I can go and dry this painting, or I can use the very dark sepia color, right? I can go and without, it's still not dry yet, right? So I can create that little bit marks here on this with the sepia color. Like I said, I don't use this arches very often, so I don't know what's it. It's still wet, actually. If you can tell it's still wet. So here's some structure here. Let's put some windows here. Create some more interest in the painting. Done. And a little bit arch here, arch here. Let's put some windows here, although it's not there. So, and erect this lamppost. Literally, it's on dry. I would say very dry brush marks I used for the lamppost. And let's get this done. Although it's just submerging into the, I don't need to do so much, but it's there. So the canopy, put it maybe a person here. So the horizon line is here. See that in the painting is almost here. So I'm keeping all these per people here, and then if somebody wants to understand what is the perspective is, so this is how the perspective works. So I'll explain quickly. So now the perspective is, this is the horizon line here, right? All these heads of the people will be here, right? And then body gets shorter as it goes further in a painting. It goes gets smaller and smaller, and that's how you explain the atmospheric perspective. So it's basically, it feel like it's hanging on that string, right? And then it goes down and down. Let's do this motorbike quickly. I like motorbikes, so like do this quickly, and we're gonna cast some shadow. And create more interest or painting. Here. All right. So here, done. And let's leave some white spot in the middle, so it create a little bit like a light coming through the building. You don't want to delete everything here, right? So there's a monument here. I kept it, and then I will go grab some gray color and I will create some light here. Just you don't know, right? Like something in the other side, it casting a shadow. So just put a little bit light here, like it's, the shadows like this, and explain more like what is this, and it's kind of a little bit create more depth into your painting. I have some beautiful. I took Persian blue. I don't know why. I just was talking. Let's do this trees. Give a little bit more punch to it. Get some more green color, right? Get some these trees done here. I put some here also. Just energize the painting, right? Now this canopy, I would go get some cadmium red, right? Very cadmium red, and I will put this lines here, the guiding lines, so it shows that what shape we're dealing here. Let's put some like this. Energize the painting because it's there's no red color in the painting, so I would just put some red color, and I will put some on this bus also, although it's coming from this side, but I will put it, and the color on the motorbike also. Okay, so far so good, and I will work on this dome here on this side of the building, which is this is the most important part, and I will create some structure here. Not too much, not a too detailed type of work. Just explain, see what the shape, the drawing has to be good, and let's put some. I think there's a cross on the top, so I'll put a cross here and a little bit dark value. Make sure you don't want to put too dark color here, because if you put a too dark color, then it will be a problem. So you don't want to put too dark because it's a kind of atmosphere. See, I put dark here. I will tone it down and bring it down here to this side of the painting, so it creates some light. Let's get this a little bit shadow. Yeah, although the light is not in the painting, and I created, so here let's put some a bit here there. See that this arch wasn't is up to coming here, so I intentionally I kept it low. So because I don't want this something in the front of this dome, although it's in the painting, but I don't want too much stuff, right? Add some gray color, put it here. It's a very fun painting if you want to enjoy something, a small structure or something, then this is the painting for you basically. You go smaller doodling afterwards, right? Let's get this a little bit darker. Get this coming down here. More you do, more it get. Sometimes you mess it up. You sometimes it get better. So you have to be careful, right? You don't want to do too much, or you don't want to do too little. So keep it balanced. Here, let's get too much, and the sidewalk. Let's erect the sidewalk, and we don't have enough time, I guess. Let's create some guidelines, and I will do these figures, and I will finish this painting actually. Otherwise, it's gonna be too much. And let's erect this the lamppost. Let's do this quick. And a little bit water in my brush, a little bit water, not too much, so I can go and put this lamppost here. I have opened this picture in my desktop, so I can see closely what's going on in this. These are enhance your painting, so you make sure that these are done properly. You don't want to create a problem here on the just because the whole painting you do something here, then it will be a problem. So you have to be a little bit careful here. More doodling, more doodling, doodling, doodling. That's it. This painting is all about doodling. Okay, here, let's create some light here. Let's put some Prussian blue because it's more like a metal type of structure. So I'll put some Prussian blue here and grab some lemon yellow here, and I will put some actually a little bit tree or something here. The shrubs, although it's not there in the painting. Let's put it because it looks very blank to me. So I would just put some little bit shrubs and all that. Okay, a little bit here, there, and that's it. And let's erect let's put some cadmium orange here because I want to get this building to be more energized, the painting. And get some dark value on the side of the building, right? So you can have more contrast in our painting. Just put a little bit dark value here. Let's smudge it a little bit. Get some French ultramarine straight from the tube. You don't need to worry about too much. Just put a little bit dark value here. On the side, dark value is okay. But if in the middle, it will be a problem. So you have to be a little bit careful when you're working on this type of painting. So okay, here, let's put some dark value here. So we have some more contrast in our painting. All right, let's do the figures and I will wrap up this painting because it's still a lot of things to do, but I will just wrap it up here. Let's do this person, a little bit the figure here. This side is more like a more exposed to the light, so I will keep it just for the sake because we don't have a time, so I'll keep this more uh, loose type of work here. Let's get some dark color and put it here. And get some cadmium orange, erect his hand, the face from the side, and that's it. Not too much. And the shadow, the cast shadow. As the shadow goes on certain space, it goes up because the sidewalk is coming like that, right? The sidewalk is coming and down. So you do the shadow same thing. But what happened? It create that you can explain very easily what type of the surface is, right? That's how you explain. And let's get some dark color here. And let's do these two figures. Let's get some nice Prussian blue. And this person, I will put some line jacket here. Let's get some little bit light color on the side again, and let me get some lamp black straight from the tube. I don't have time, so we'll just wrap it up this painting quickly. And let's do the hair black, as I'm assuming they're going away from me, so do this a little bit cadmium yellow, and all right. shadows. And let's do this fence a little bit. Let's explain a little bit. The tree, something here, dark. I don't know what is this, but it's there in the painting. And this lamp here, another lamp here, and the cast shadow of the lamp. Now I will go put some dark color here on my foreground of my painting so I can create more contrast. This could be anything like casting shadow from the this side of uh, the building or something. So I would just use all of my gray color. I don't want to let it go waste, and I'll put some gray color here on the front of my painting in the foreground so I can create more contrast in my painting. You don't want to do too much, otherwise it'll create a problem for you. So just keep it so much, and it create more contrast in your painting. And you block your painting here also like this. More nearer, you can get a more dark color. As it goes farther, you can make it a little bit lighter. Grab all the dark color. I put some French ultramarine, and that's it. So now I can go and let's see, we still have a little bit time. So I will go grab some French ultramarine, mix it up with the Prussian blue, and then you can do the sky now. You can do a little bit sky quickly because we're not here for the skies, right? We just here for the cityscape. So let's energize more, get some more energy to our painting. And I will put some kind of a little bit brownish color as it come down. And now it's time for keep this white open by bring this color down, right? These are all the white side of the building controlled by the this color. Now I get some more French ultramarine, bring some here also. Here don't need, so you can go a little bit careful. You don't want to go into this dome or something, then you will create problem. So you just go carefully a little bit with the edge of the brush. As long as it is wet, you're under control. If you are let it dry, then it will be a problem, big problem. Let's put some gray color here also. Let's create some more drama. Let's get some cadmium yellow. See, it's drying already, and as soon as I left, and it just start drying and start creating a problem already, which I don't want the problem, right? No, we don't need the problem. Let's go down here. Don't touch this, otherwise it's a very small doodling, right? So if you touch here, then it creates some problem, right? So I can still go and drag my brush, spread some the on the top of it of this sky, make it more darker, but you have to stop at one point, right? Otherwise it'll be soon as the washes start drying, and then you will create a problem for you. So you make sure that you work into wet, not too much, and be careful with the staining color. Prussian blue is more like a staining color, so if you put Prussian blue and you forget it, then that's it, you cannot even lift it. So you have to be careful with the Prussian blue and all these colors. Now I'm going to put some more water here and bring some little bit gray color maybe here on the sky, although the light is coming from here. let's let's get some more, a little bit more excitement in our painting. I forgot this part. So all right, I think pretty much done. It's so that's how you work onto the cityscape. You don't want to go explain too much detail, like you need to be quick. And if you don't want to be quick, you can go and come back, work on the some part of the painting, then you can come back and do this again. I forgot to rag this figure, which is fine. Let's do a little bit shadow here of this building, not too much, otherwise it'll be too much in our painting. Shadow, shadow, shadow. Just keep it here. Although it's a big painting, right? I'm assuming, yeah, if I put a big shadow here, maybe you guys are asking why I didn't put a shadow here. Because otherwise, what happened that the light will be gone. So I don't need this. I don't want to disturb this light here. So you just want to keep this light open. Let's put some beautiful lemon yellow again. I want to energize these trees. Let's get some more beautiful green color in my painting. Let's put some here also because the one that I put in, it kind of died down, right? So you just put a little bit on the dark green. Just put a little bit light green color, and it create a beautiful effect of the light is coming from here on this the bushes or trees or whatever you try to explain in your painting. Here, let's put some more green color here. So I would assuming these are like a bushes or tree or something on the side. A little bit here also. If you don't like that too dark color, you just put a little bit, get us straight from the tube lemon yellow and create that the effect of some kind of a tree or something here. And that's it. So here painting is done almost, and I hope you enjoy this painting. And this is a long weekend in Toronto, so have a great long weekend. Hopefully you learn something from this painting, and you can go. I will keep it. It's not gonna be. It will be on the channel all the time. If you wanna watch it again, you can go and watch again. And please subscribe the channel. If you didn't subscribe it, subscribe. Bring more friends to the channel, so it helps me and it helps the channel also. So I can make more videos for you guys, live streaming videos, and about the watercolor. Not just about the watercolor, maybe on acrylic and whatever medium, acrylic, oil, drawing and sketching, and the watercolor, of course. So we just bring some more friends, and please subscribe the channel. Okay, so here let's put some little bit, control the light here on the awning. I forgot, and there you go, done. So I'll see you in the next. Let's zoom in. So zoom in, we can see. I can show you quickly, and then I'll see you. I'll end the stream. Today was a little bit bigger painting, so let's get this zoom in. Okay, here. So let's go browse the painting quickly. Let me turn this the okay, let this go here. So this is what the painting is. Now this is the one side, right? One side, the foreground has a dark value. The figures are going, heads are on the horizon line. Make sure if you are challenged with the perspective, please make sure the head has to be on, and the body gets smaller and smaller. That's how you make him farther, right? Like that's how you create the perspective by just a small information. You don't need to do a big thing. And they here, let's go down to this building. This is the iconic building. So the doodling, wet into wet, or wet, dry on wet. I mean, sorry, dry, yeah, dry on wet. So here I try to keep say motorcycle there, but didn't have time. The figure, in the foreground, two figures are walking. I simplify so much that I just took out all that stuff from my painting. So I just need to show that it is Rome. It's and that's it, right? You don't want to paint everything. Let's go a little bit here. Let me put on the desk so we can have this painting. Actually, not bad. It comes out good. I like this painting. And then you don't need to paint the sky. If you are thinking, okay, you can leave it white. You don't need to paint because this painting is all about the cityscape, right? You're not here for the sky. So here, there you go. That's it. So control the light coming from the when I had the reference there was no light in the reference. So I created the light in a painting. I kept these the front of the building, the side, the edge of the dome, the edge of these stairs on the top of the building. I kept them light. So it created more contrast, and I purposely left white here. So if I put a dark value here and create the contrast, the shadow, casting shadow of this building, then it will be gone. That the contrast in my painting, right? It feel like a very bright painting. Although you can tone it down if you want. You can just go, put a little bit more dark value here. So a little bit, not too much, and then it will tone down. It's very bright painting actually. And then I put very light washes with a Prussian blue and a French ultramarine. If you don't need to, you don't need to put. Why I put it? Because I want to help these. Let me just grab it. See this part of the painting. Although if I want to go and put some more dark value here, right, dark color here, but this is why I paint the sky. Otherwise, I don't. You don't need to paint the sky. If this is one value here, there's you don't need to cover the light here. Then you don't need to paint. You just leave the sky blank, right? So that's how. And then you can put some birds or something and some pigeons here. Rome has some pigeons too. So actually pigeons are all over. So you can put some birds here a little bit. I put some figures. I create some light here, the shadow of the other side of the building or something. So you can do more, and this painting can be, can be done more. So, but you just wanna stop somewhere. You said, okay, this is it. This is the. I don't want to do too much. Okay. Anyway, have a great long weekend, and I'll see you in the next video. The next week we'll be covering that will be in number 8, and I will do the seascape. Actually, we're going to do some boats in the seascape also. If you are not good at drawing, please try to sketch something. I will explain before I start the painting, and I will show you how to draw small stuff like seagulls and boats and that type of stuff in the boulders, and yeah. So I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for being here, and take care.